Assalamualaikum Dr. Ahmad Shah. Today, we will present about the Asian Social Culture Community. What is the benefit of Asian members? In this presentation, we will focus on starting of Asian, factor, issue, problem, and also the parties of involved with the suggestion and recommendation, also the conclusions. It will be go through by slides. Before begins this presentation, I would like to introduce my group members of presentation. Me as a NURAMALINA binti Muhammad Salehuddin. Second is a KHAIRUL bin LOKMAN. Third is UZAIR bin Muhammad. Fourth, AMIRA binti RAMLI. Fifth, Muhammad HANNIF QAYYUM bin Muhammad PAUZI. Sixth, TENGKU NAZIRAH binti TENGKU FAZIL. Seven is WAHIDAH binti ABDUL AZIZ. In this slide, we will present about the introduction of Asian Social Culture Community. Asian is an organization and also community that focus on the race, language, religion of each other. It is focused on the economic growth, social progress, cultural development in the region, and promote the peace and stability of country. The ASEAN, Asian Social Culture Community, is one of the three pillars of Asian community. First, it is committed to the lifting the quality life of people by put the welfare and the heart of activities. Second is promote better quality life for the people and the community of Asian. Third is a member state cooperate on a wide range of areas such as the culture, education, women and gender, labor, civil, environment, and others. The ASC Blueprint 2025 and 2015 aim at the raise of awareness, a partnership, and a feeling of towards the region. It is of engage and benefit of the people, inclusive, sustainable, resilient, and dynamic. The ASC is supported by the senior official meeting on the SSC SOCA and the coordinated conference on the SSC SOCOM. SOCA has been supported by the SSC Council activity. On behalf of the SSC sectoral body, it has been identified, considered, and made recommendation to the SSC Council on cross-sectional issue.
Assalamualaikum. My name is KHAIRUL bin LOKMAN. Today I would like to present what factor and issue on the Asian Social Cultural Community what benefit ASEAN member. Okay. The core element 329 action plan action line, some development from field cooperation in the social culture pillar. We had element IPIC, education and sport. For the sport, the important sport sector contributes to people contact toward the establishment of the 2015 ASEAN community, healthy lifestyle for ASEAN citizens, and enhance ASEAN sport achievement at the global level. The sport is a main root and remarkable legacy that symbol that wherever age, gender, race, ethnicity, religion, and nationality, sport is a main root to promote the value of the respect, inclusion, fairness, and unity. It's also to promote ASEAN sporting, even in the national and private media such as ASEAN. Okay. Issue. The issue ASEAN Work Plan on Sport 2060 to 2020. ASEAN to foster solidarity and friendship through sport and sport diplomacy. For organizing the sport made, it has not been immune from tension that arise from such issues, such as which sport originally belong to which country. Sport diplomacy has had to come into play in order to find intimate path through issue of nationalism, history, and emotion. Education. The education sector is developing human resources through closer cooperation in education and lifelong learning, and is science and technology for the empowerment of the people of ASEAN and for the strength of the ASEAN community. The ASEAN education will continue to promote a community that puts people at its center as well as weave and enhance the running of ASEAN. Solidarity education is one major range of quality, key to sustainable development of the region. Education has the potential to raise ASEAN awareness and foster regional identity. Enhance the quality and development education is one very important. Strength of use information and communication technology, we call the ICT, support the development of the TEVT sector as well as the lifelong learning in the region. Foster the rural higher education in the area of socio-economic development through university-industry partnership. Future ASEAN support global and regional community education by promoting lifelong learning. It also provides capacity building program for teachers, academic, and other key stakeholders in education community. The issue with the current mode, the ASEAN Workplace Education 2016 and 200, which was approved at the 9th Asian Education Minister meeting in 2016, is the fact that problem equity education have a range of issues, lack of available school, bullying, and classroom with required facility. You have a shortage of teachers, especially in remote area. That is one reason in country like Thailand and Indonesia, there are multi-grade teacher, which one teacher teaches more than one grade of primary school. Also, you have a lack of good textbook and other learning material due to financial and economical geographical reason. This problem can easily be found in the remote control school. Geography location also is one main factor problem. Student and parent low aversion to education because the economy is not well. The awareness of the education in the parents building tree is lack of budget building more school classroom learning facility. Okay. A relevant curriculum which address the need. Learning facilities such as textbook, laboratory, and other material for economic quality is important. So, as a member country are required to improve the education competency, standard, and improve the professional standard of teaching staff, which are expected to be used to joint reference to improve the quality of education. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is TENGKU NAZIRAH binti FAZIL. I will present about the issue environment. In line with ASEAN Vision 2020, ASEAN cooperation in the field of environment is directed at creating a clean and green ASEAN with a fully established mechanism for sustainable development to ensure the protection of the region's environment, the sustainability of its natural resource, and the high quality of life of its people. The issues that are of major concerns in ASEAN cooperation in the field of the environment is the problem of haze pollution. Haze pollution issue is an issue that has lasted for years in ASEAN with adverse impact on some Asian member of states such as Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Brunei Darussalam, and Thailand. Indonesia, as one of the member of state in ASEAN and the major cause of haze issue, has taken appropriate measure to make sure that Indonesia is willing to cooperate in ASEAN to achieve joint gains. Indonesia is actively carrying out various efforts to tackle forest and land fires that cause cross-border smoke pollution in the region. This is also in line with Indonesia's commitment to reduce the carbon emission by 26%. To resolve this issue, ASEAN signed and ratified ASEAN Agreement on Transportable as pollution to achieve joint gains by creating an ASEAN as a regional that are haze-free. Issue natural disaster. The ASEAN Vision on Disaster Management 2025 to guide the direction of the future implementation of the AADMER. ASEAN is also the most natural disaster-prone region in the world, with more than 50% of the global disaster mortalities occur in the region during the period of 2004 to 2014. ASEAN has experienced three catastrophic disasters in the past 15 years. These include the Indian Ocean Tsunami 2004, Cyclone Nargis 2008, and Typhoon Haiyan 2013. The need for a coordinated ASEAN response to major disasters in the region gained momentum after the Indian Ocean tsunami. Because of this, regional cooperation toward addressing the rising frequency of natural disasters is of vital interest to ASEAN. All the ASEAN member states have detailed law and policy framework for nationally disaster preparedness and response. However, there are verified types of disaster response system in ASEAN member states. It has been an important goal of ASEAN to share implementation of the ASEAN Agreement on Disaster Management and Emergency Response, to identify and analyzing them individually and regionally in order to jointly respond to disaster. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad HANNIF QAYYUM bin Muhammad PAUZI. I will continue. My part is positive consequence. First is opportunity to improve knowledge and strengthen credential. Impossible to balance the responsibility of a full-time job with those of attending college or university. Second, more time engaging with hobbies, workout, gardening, hiking, or any other hobbies. Third, break from morning commute. No more traffic rush in the early morning. Fourth, extra time with family and friends, more time to devote to your beloved person. AEC brings benefit to the ASEAN nation. First, diversification of ASEAN nation. Second, variety to structural capabilities, natural resources, and labor skill. Third, AEC as an opportunity to integrate production processes and take advantage of each country' unique resources and abilities. ASEAN Economic Community (AEC) benefit companies and industries. AEC allow companies to gain benefit, especially the companies that already have regional or global network due to be ease of moving goods, capital, and labor. For example, financial sector companies stand to gain from the increase in trade and investment flows, providing business opportunities for financial institutions. That's all. Thank you.
My name is AMIRA. Okay, today I want to present about the disadvantage. Okay, first of my point is slow recovery from the Asian financial crisis. The challenges of globalization, slow recovery from the Asian financial crisis, and the economic rise of the People's Republic of China (PRC) and India further pressure Asian in deep integration in 2003 with the formation of the Asian Economic Community. The AEC has objective of a single market and production base, a competitive economic region, equitable economic development, and integration into the global economy. It involves liberalization and facilitation of trade in goods, service, and investment, as well as protection and promotion of investment, narrowing the development gap and free flow of skilled labor and free flow of capital. For the second point is development gaps between and within members. Development gaps between and within members in income, human capital, institution and infrastructure, and the absence of regional distributive mechanism, disparities in good governance and the rule of law. In economic growth leads to large labor deficit and surplus among countries that surplus cross-border. Okay. For my third point is the Asian integration. The Asian integration caused market to be flooded by cheaper products. Example of agriculture products like sugar and rice are cheaper in place, like Cambodia and India. Malaysia will end up buying cheaper imported products than more locally expensive product. As consumers, we prefer buying less expensive than more expensive products. The same situation like we are preferring the other country's product than our local products. The agriculture sector of Malaysia has negatively impacted by the reduce of tariff because of greater number of imported agriculture goods. It has the similar situation in our country that give disadvantage of Asian economic community. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Noor and here I would like to discuss on my suggestion to the Asian members on the Asian socio-cultural community. I would like to suggest 3 elements in order to ensure that the initiative could be implemented by Asian members. The first is building a community of caring societies. A community of caring societies can enhance the potential for production, consumption, and wealth creation, thus ensuring the benefits from economic integration. The goal of this building community can enabling youth to have a better future by developing their leadership skills, entrepreneurship, technical, and vocational abilities. Asian members may promote the welfare of children by safeguarding their rights, ensuring their survival and full development, and protecting them from abuse, neglect, and violence. Besides, with the ability of this community of caring, it can preventing the spread of HIV or AIDS and other infection disease through, among others, sharing of experience and best practice and system of surveillance. My next suggestion is managing the social impact of economic integration. The ASEAN members may strengthening the system of social protection at the national level and working towards adoption of appropriate measures at the regional level to provide a minimum uniform coverage for skilled workers in the region. Next, ASEAN members may consider the establishment of centers for training and research to support the development of human resource and institutional capacity in regional as well as international cooperation. Next, ASEAN members may develop a well-prepared labor force in ASEAN that would be benefit from and cope with the challenge of regional economic integration. My last suggestion is to enhancing the environmental sustainability. This means ASEAN members need to cooperate to building national capacities to address issues and commitments to multilateral environmental agreements through awareness raising and informed policy choice. Next, ASEAN members may promote the sustainability of water resources to ensure adequate and quality water supply to meet ASEAN health and food needs. Lastly, ASEAN members may need to cooperate to promote environmental education with the view to development Asian citizens who are environmentally conscious.
In conclusion, we can see that ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community ASCC holds a vital role in improving the quality of life of its people. They are committed to lifting the quality of life of its people by putting their welfare and well-being at the heart of its activities. They promote better quality of life for the peoples and their communities in ASEAN as the member states. The states cooperates on a wide range of areas. ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community focus greatly on the human aspect and practical content with the life of the people in the region. They're pushing the establishment of ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community that promotes people's connections among nations. Over the years, ASEAN has witnessed strengthened cooperations in social protection, promotion and protection of rights of women and children, humanitarian assistance in times of disasters, management of cross-border health and environmental risks, improvements of people's health and well-being, developments of opportunities for education, exchange and employment of young people, and raising awareness of ASEAN cultures and identity. Optimistically, ASCC is to sustain to the formations of ASEAN community that is people-centered and socially responsible with a view to achieving enduring the solidarity and unity among the nations and people of ASEAN by forging a common identity and building a caring and sharing society which is inclusive and harmonious where the well-being, livelihood and welfare of the peoples are enhanced. Last but not least, hopefully ASEAN community to become a community of people where all peoples of the region embrace the spirits of unity in diversity to have equitable access to human development opportunities, social justice and rights, and also participations in the governance of the country.